Hi and welcome to my video. I'm just going to show you around the Morris Minor that I built a few years ago now. Had a couple of beers one night, came up with a crazy idea to take a Morris Minor, Mazda MX5, take a plasma cutter to the pair of them and put the body of the Morris Minor on top of the MX5. So went on eBay, spent a couple of £100 on a cheap restoration Morris Minor and an MX5. Got them both to the workshop and got busy, and a couple of years later this is a result. When I first started doing this, it seemed unrealistic. I didn't think it would work, but by the time we stripped everything off both vehicles, we were left with literally the tub off the Morris Minor and the bare chassis of the MX5. Once we actually put them on, I thought this is going to work, and then suddenly my interest rose more and more as everything just started to fit in place. I mean, it took a massive amount of engineering and a massive amount of fabricating to get them to fit properly, but you know, in the end it worked. There's many hours of graft that have gone into this, many ideas, many hours of fabricating things, measuring things, trying things that didn't work. You know, a lot of it was trial and error, but eventually we got there. So I'm just going to show you a little bit around the vehicle, and some key points that are hopefully of interest to you, and show you realistically this is a modern car in the body of an old vehicle. One of the things that I wanted to do with this vehicle was to make it look as close to a Morris Minor Convertible as I could. One of the issues that we did have was with the wheels. Of course, you've got to have them like a Morris Minor wheel. You don't want them like an MX5 wheel, otherwise it's just going to look silly. The way that we achieved this, we got 4 Mazda MX5 space savers, which are obviously quite narrow. And what we needed to do was we needed to send those wheels away to a specialist to have them what's called banded. So effectively what happens is there's a band of steel that's put into the wheel to extend the width of the wheel so it'll accept these tyres, which are Continentals, and they should be a 185, 60/14s. And then we had to weld tabs on so we could get the centre caps on. And hopefully you can agree with me that it looks just right. We came across a lot of hurdles when we were trying to do this vehicle. One of the big issues that we had is the dimensions of the MX5 and the dimensions of the Morris Minor are different. One of the ways that we achieved the changes, we didn't really say, we've not touched the chassis itself, we've just altered the body panels to suit. Not that you can tell, one of the things that we've had to do is that the wheelbase, front to rear, is 30mm different. So we've had to cut the wings and we've had to put a 30mm section up in that wing so we can extend the wheel arch across. Also then what we've had to do is we've had to extend the bumpers then again by the same amount, 30mm, just to give us that look of that wheel being central within that arch. One of the biggest issues that we found was the actual dimensions of the MX5 and the dimensions of the Morris Minor were slightly different. Honey thinks that as well, but she's my little dog and she's just come to see what it's all about, aren't you, girl? Yeah, she likes it. She likes to cock her leg up on the wheel, but we're not going to that one right now. Okay. Now we've got the bonnet open, we can see what's going on at the business end of the car. We haven't touched the engine, running gear, chassis, anything like that. It's all standard as you would come from the factory of a Mazda MX5. You know, we wanted to benefit from things like power steering, which is obviously important these days, and most importantly a modern braking system, which includes, on this particular model, this also has anti-lock brakes. So when you need to brake, the brakes work. The only slight alterations that we've done to the front end of the vehicle is we've put a different bulkhead in, sealed bulkhead, and we've also just slightly modified the radiator panel just so we can accept the front bumper and obviously the front grille on the front panel. But beyond that, you know, it's as standard as it comes. Front light configuration on this one as well. So we've put the indicators there, which is pretty standard on a Morris Minor anyway, but some did have the side lights in there. So we've integrated the latest LED headlights. So this incorporates 2 side lights, dip beam and main beam. And I've got to tell you, at the night time, it makes a massive difference when you're driving in the dark. Luckily, now you can be seen, and also you can see in front of where you're going. Anybody that's got a Morris Minor Convertible will tell you that wind noise and water penetration through there is a bit of a problem. I suffer from the same thing, so I decided to change it. So what I've done on this one is cut the seals off there, and I've put modern rubber or double seal right the way across, being able to get that roof down nice and tight, so that basically stops any water, any wind noise penetrating through there at speed. Originally when we got this car, it was a solid roof. We have cut the roof off this one and done the Morris Minor convertible conversion, which is dramatically obvious. But one of the things that they do send in the kit is quite an ugly finishing panel that goes across there that just doesn't look a professional sort of finish. So with this one, we've put reinforced steel down both sides. We've also put reinforced steel across there just to give it that nice rigid feel, and we've finished it off nice and neatly, just so it looks aesthetically just a bit better than you would do in the kit, rather than sort of an aftermarket type of finish. Hopefully it just gives it more of a factory finish that we were after. No modern car these days is complete unless it's got electric windows, and this is no different. This has got electric windows, so it's got one shot action down on the driver's side, and then send it up. So just a nice little touch really. Interior wise, it's MX5, you know, we've used the seats out of the MX5, the dash out of the MX5, pretty much everything that you see is MX5. Also there's one benefits from 6-speed gearbox, which is nice, modern day stereo, as I say, the vehicle has power steering and also anti-lock brakes. On this particular one as well, they do a modified heated front screen. So what we've done is we've utilised what would have been the heated rear window switch for the MX5. We've now utilised that through a relay system, and we've now got it wired up to the front screen. So we've got on nice cold frosty mornings, in a couple of minutes you've got a nice clear front screen. Another issue that we had that may seem quite trivial, but trust me, it was an engineering nightmare, was trying to get the front wipers to work. We couldn't use the existing MX5 wiper linkage in a setup, and we couldn't use a Morris Minor one, so basically we had to buy a kit, and then we had to custom make the kit to fit. And one of the good things that we got to work was we got Wash wipe, intermittent wipe, slow speed and fast speed, like you would get in a modern car. Why wouldn't you want that? Because we've done all the alterations alignment wise at the front of the vehicle, it meant we didn't need to do anything at the rear. The only thing that we've done at the rear, altered slightly, is normally it would be a piped trim there where the wings are bolted on. On this particular one, we've welded the wings on, fitted Volkswagen rear lamp units, gone for a fiberglass rear bumper, and also gone for a fiberglass boot lid. Main reason, it don't rust. Another modern feature that's useful is a reverse light. So we've just fitted a long LED strip just underneath the bumper there. So as you get in reverse, you can see where you're going at the night time. When you decide to go for a run out on a nice sunny day, you can take a little picnic with you. So, a couple of drinks, an eBay account, not a good idea. You know, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble. So, either do one or the other, don't do both. So, thanks very much for watching this video, thus proving that it can be done. So, if anybody fancies doing it, by all means give it a go. I've got to tell you though, plenty of hours, plenty of hard work, blood, sweat and tears. It's not something I'll be doing again, I can assure you. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and take care and good night.